Oh my gosh, Mr. Wolf, I really enjoyed that. That was really interesting. Solace is, he's definitely up there in the UFOism or whatever that group of people, UFO people. I don't even know what to call them, but people who have been, like I knew who he was. So I don't know if you know who he is, but yeah, he's a respected person in ufology or whatever. So anyways, that was quite interesting. And that goes with the QHHT stuff too, where they were saying that there was going to be mass ships, which is interesting, called arcs, that they kept calling them an arc, because you think of it as rescuing, because this is all like, this isn't as physical as like a flood or whatever, but for a vibration, for the planet to move and change vibrations, and for your vibration to not be at the level of the planet. So you have to leave. You couldn't be on there. That's why I keep saying how important it is to do your work and grow, because of that's the only way you can exist in this new age. You can't exist if you're holding on to old paradigms and stuff. And I don't know what period of time that you will have to release, because we can see that a lot of these people right here, right now, are, seemingly have a long ways to go in their healing. They're going to be hit pretty damn hard. But, yeah, about the ships coming and taking people. And that is interesting that all of these would have been triggered, because everything is on an energetic level. And this is like evil and good, like what people perceive as good and evil, that they are at a battle at this time. But, it's because the dark has light is shining on the dark to expose the truth. So the truth comes out so that we can purge out the necessary things so that we can move into the new age. I mean, it's all part of the system, and everything in our existence has to do with these other beings that they try and pretend like don't exist. And they have created it where people fear them. People are scared. They think that they're monsters in the sky. And, for the information that they were telling me, and I'm just assuming like some of us are just more telepathic naturally than others or something. But, as I have more, learned throughout this, is that they are the ones that are out there trying to communicate all the time with us. It's so funny, because like NASA or whatever will be like, oh, we're trying to communicate. They just, that we don't think there's anything out there. And Stephen Hawking said there's no such thing. And who's the other one? Tyson, what's his Tyson? I can't think of his name, but they're all saying no. Well, really, those beings out there are trying to communicate with us all the time. And when you open yourself up, you will hear them, because I was hearing them. And the information that they were giving me all relates to the stuff that is what we're going through right now. So I believe they're always out there trying to communicate with us, to give us guidance, to help us, to move us. Because it is when we open ourselves up and we understand more of reality and existence, it takes away our fear. And right now, people live in fear. They're fearful of everything. They're fearful of germs. They're fearful of, monsters in the sky. They're scared of the devil. All of these manifested creatures, that they give life to in their own head. So, there's so much that is just misled for people. And I just think it will be such a huge thing once they realize what our existence, how we're here, why we're here, what we're doing here, and how involved the aliens are, or, multidimensional beings are, because they do want to help us not be scared and fearful. They do want to give us information. And if it is that those arcs are being activated so that they are ready to retrieve souls, because whatever is going to happen, it's big, and it's on another level than what we can understand, because we understand things on such a three-dimensional level, of our comprehension of this existence, and they keep us so limited. So they keep us kind of trapped in that. And but the more you can pull free from that, you can see that whatever's about to happen is so on another level than what we can even comprehend. And I 100% believe we are moving into such a highly sophisticated technological time. And yeah, you can't be ignorant and reactive and have this technology. We have to come up. We had to move up. We had to expand ourselves to have this stuff come available, because everything has to go and balance itself out. So we couldn't have this until we were up at that level, and so everything is going to start, because we are expanding as beings and we are taking our own control and our own power. We are going to have so much more given to us. And there is going to be so much more with the technology. And like I said, with the medical, the financial, every single thing on this planet is about to change. And, we're going into like a period of time that would be more like the Jetsons, I think. I think we are going to learn how to do intergalactic travel, because it is something about, it isn't light years away. It's dimensions and realities. It's once we start learning about our own being and how to maneuver through this real reality, then I think we're gonna learn how to there's just so much more. It's going to be all about spiritual connection, expansion, creativity. What we're moving into is just going to be, right now, it's hard to imagine because it's a pretty dark, dreary time, but it is going to make all this worth it, because it is going to be such a beautiful experience, what we're going to begin to exist in. And there's going to be so much involvement with aliens, and the truth is going to have to come out. And it's so funny because my friend in Australia, she last week she was saying, I don't think that they're going to release the information about the aliens. They're just going to keep that back. They'll tell about this other stuff, medical tyranny and government corruption and crime. The ritual perversion and all the crazy stuff that's going to be coming out. But the main thing is our existence and how we're here and what we're doing here, and all of that has to go back. But when the truth is being exposed, it's all going to be exposed. And the truth goes back to why we're here, and our involvement and the aliens and all of it. So it all is going to be coming out, I believe. For sure. And I really do hope it is 2022. There was definitely an Allison, just a second, I'm trying to rush so I can go open it. Just a sec, let me just let her back in. If you go in and you watch like Allison Coe's QHHT stuff, all of the ones that she was doing, I think it was after the event. There was some dates, and I think she got really attacked and she quit. But if you go back to where she was putting more stuff on, they talked a lot about this stuff that is going to be happening, and it was so repetitive what people were saying. So see, I just don't get it. I mean, she's losing weight. She's on the, there's got to be something more going on. This is just, to me, that is the hardest part of everything. I can handle being isolated and thought to be crazy and stuff like that. But watching somebody suffer in pain and not being able to get, the truth, I don't even think you could get somebody to come out here and put her to sleep or something. But I couldn't do that until she goes through tons more tests, you know? But it's horrible all day long. They're crying and crying and crying. It's like, oh my God, that is just the worst part of this. This is like this torturous drip. It's where it's like, what in the hell? Why? Why am I here like this? What is going on? What am I supposed to be learning from this? It's friggin' fucked. But if you go in and you watch some of her stuff, it was so much stuff about the aliens and about the people being taken off on ships. And I have seen a bunch of stuff popping up like on YouTube of people seeing craft and stuff. And that was one thing that was being said, you know, that all these natural disasters would start happening, tons and tons. We'd have tons of them. That there would be tons of people, you know, facing their come to Jesus moments, facing their crisis and having to figure out how to make it, how to survive. And my nose is running. It's really cold. And then what was the other thing? It said all this stuff like with the food shortages and people would be getting taken off and that we would see tons of ships that they would, because there was deadlines that they were given, like the Galactic Federation and the Earth Federation. I'm not really sure about all this stuff because like I said, I follow like little bits of all these different things. Like I learn a little bit, but I don't get like all in one group. And I kind of think that is what has caused so many groups to isolate themselves and not know what's going on in these other groups. So there needs to be people like me too that goes from group to group to group, but I don't know all of the details of what they're saying and stuff. But I do know that they that it was has been said for quite a while that they would be showing themselves, that they had given a deadline, that there was some sort of a date, and then, you know, with these activations and stuff. But yeah, when it's a changing of the ages, you know, they can't just carry this on. That's like when people keep going, yeah, but we're in Armageddon and it's a tribulation and this is just going to go on forever. This is the way it's going to be. These people are never going to wake up and all that stuff. It has to, because like I said, it's already written. It has to. And that everything will happen over these next few months to wake these people up. And that's why it's going to be hard for some of us to watch, because I mean, we've seen how crazy things have gotten, and it's going to get crazier. So we just have to keep riding the wave, you know. There's nothing we can do. But to me, all of these things are all fitting together. Everything that I've heard, I'm seeing it come to fruition. All the things that I was told was going to be happening is all happening. So I do think that they are making themselves seen more and more and more. And it is kind of like that little drip into the collective to prepare them so that people are ready, because people really are indeed fearful of aliens and creatures in the sky, and they think that everything's out to get them. I mean, they're just scared of everything. So, but yeah, keep sharing those videos, because I don't go out and search for stuff. Usually it's just stuff drops in my lap, and when something drops in my lap, and I always think like, oh, well, that would be because my guides want me to see this. So I really appreciated that one. That was really interesting. Share some more. Thanks.